forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for your Patreon game of the week, it's going to be Shuttle versus a Larva. Here on Polypoid, it's another RJB replay. Top right, it's going to be a purple Protoss. It is Shuttle. And in the bottom right, it's going to be Larva. An incredible macro game for you guys today, unless it's a sneaky twofer. Patreon game just means it's going to be posted at patreon.com/FalconPaladin 1 month before it shows up on the channel. So if you're watching this the week of June the 20th, thank you so much for supporting me. I really do love you and appreciate the support. And you can support me as little as for $1 a month. And people like the $10 a year sub level. So go ahead and check it out. And yeah, if you're watching this in July 2024 or later, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man. I am here 6 times a week with wonderful and excellent StarCraft Brood War content. StarCraft will never die. Ooh, picking the correct direction to scout, PD the Probe. Very, very good. Nice RNG. It's going to be a pool first play here from Larva. It's going to be a 9 pool. All right, so it's going to be an aggressive play on this 4-player map. But maybe it's defensive versus proxies on a 4-player map? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be an aggressive play, but you scouted Mr. Shuttle, and you see it. So it's going to be a forge first. Yeah, canceling the extractor because you know that you've been scouted. Speedlings are not going to be very efficient against a scouted 9 pool against a Protoss player. Yeah, there we go. Ah, Larva says, "You ruined my plans, Mr. Probe, so I'm going to go ahead and spit at you to express my displeasure." So Larva says, "All right, I'll make 6 lings. Maybe you screw up your walls somehow." The Probe says, "Are these drones? Are these lings?" "Ah, they're lings. Run!" 6 lings. The Overlord says, 2 cannons. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why Larva just didn't make 1 set of lings and just make 2 more drones. But Larva's much better than I am, so second guessing feels weird. All right, man. So maybe we get 1 ling in there. Yeah. He could have gotten a ling in there to scout, but Terror the Overlord is here to scout at least until a Dragoon pops out or a Corsair. Just pressuring the Protoss, but Nexus coming up, and hey, early 3rd, very good. Yes, very, very good. So Larva adjusts properly to a forge first, into 2 cannons, into expand, into gateway build here from Shuttle. All right, cool. So yeah, 2 lings. Oh my gosh. Oh, 1 ling. Nice probe control there from Shuttle. Killing that ling, killing a ling with a probe, if it's not right deep inside your mineral line, is a tall task, that's for sure. So we'll see. We'll see if we can keep it alive from Larva. The Probe said, dun, dun, dun. Nope, no lair. Okay, very good. No Hydra Den. All right, also very good. You're just droning. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Do not have to worry about early Hydralisks. Cybernetics core on the way. This ling says, "I want to get a kill before I die. I know I'm going to die. I am deep, deep behind enemy lines." Wop, wop. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, wop, wop. All right, man. Shuttle says, "No, I'm not going to let you kill a probe of mine." Maybe. I don't know. We're getting some hits off, but like you get... Oh, now there's a Zealot. It's going to be even harder. Okay, we're going to keep an eye on this ling. If he gets a kill, I'm going to be very impressed by it. Hey, look. It's a lair timing before metabolic boost. So everything is just kind of falling into a pretty normal game on this side. Probe checks the 3rd base to see if there's like a secret Hydra Den down there or something, and there's totally not. So nothing to worry about on this side. On this side of it. Yeah. Das ist good. Das ist good. So, kind of, you know, trying to see, we're going to Stargate, how many Corsairs we're going to make. We're going to work on a +1 attack for Corsairs, +1 attack for ground units is on the way from Shuttle. Spire gets fired up. Is it a defensive Spire? Is it an aggressive Spire? I'm going to guess Larva does like his mutas. You know what? So I'm going to say that Larva is going to make mutalisks here. He's got the 3 hatches for the Larva already, which is awesome. So if he saves up Larva as Larva, then he can make 9 mutas, make a couple Scourge on top of it next, and it is +1 air weapons for the Corsairs. He doesn't know that, though. He has no access to see the Cybernetics core is spinning. That Ling died. Did accomplish nothing, unfortunately. He had a goal. But you know what? We don't hit all of our goals, do we, people? Welcome to the real world, where hitting every one of our goals is impossible. Macro Hatch coming up at the natural base. Ursidon hanging out down here. What's up, Ursidon? Previously injured because critters can block expansion attempts by players, and they get really mad about it. So you pre-injure them, and then they're easier to kill with a worker or something if you want to expand in this location. That's the reason. See, there we go. Kill the Ursidon with a drone. Drone's a murderer, but drone has no real will of his own, right? We can't blame the drone for that. We basically have to blame the commander. We have to blame the Overmind or Kerrigan or I don't know. Who else is out here controlling a Cerebrate, giving some kind of a sub-command? So it is Scourge on the way. I don't see any Mutalisks. I definitely feel like I'm wrong about that. That's the supply block on Larva, though. Totally sucks. The Sim City is coming in here to defend against Zealots because that +1 attack is a big one. Zealot leg enhancements is on the way. I watched, recent ASL, man. Who was it? Was it Tastosis? And, like, they didn't know what the term for leg enhancements was, intriguingly. I mean, in fairness, you don't get a production tab when you're casting live StarCraft, and that's the mass majority of what they do. And, like, if you have to hover up here to see what it is, or, you know, play Protoss and hover over the button, but they're using hotkeys for that, right? So you don't get the flavor text, you don't get the informational text, not flavor text, informational text, if you don't actually put the mouse over the button. So, makes sense, you wouldn't know what the exact name for certain things are. But anyway, just a couple Scourge, keep the Corsairs, keep them, honest, I guess would be the term there. So Corsair count, 4 of them. You're getting that +1 Corsair attack. I mean, technically it's an air attack, but it's a Corsair attack in this game. We're not going to see carriers. We're, not going to see arbiters. There is a tiny, tiny chance we will see arbiters here, but it'd be weird, man. Oh, killed another Ursidon. Dude, Larva hates critters. He's out here killing critters like it's a crazy critters map. Which, by the way, man, if you enjoy live free-for-all games, check out the Sunday stream. We do at least one free-for-all most weeks. Every once in a while, maybe once every couple months, we don't do a free-for-all. But for the most part, we do, and sometimes we do 2 free-for-alls. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we actually did a Crazy Critters 8-player free-for-all, which was amazing, and then one on Station Unrest, another 8-player free-for-all. So check out the VODs for those. And they're bookmarked, too. So you don't have to show up and, like, try to find where the fun stuff is for you. If all you're there is for the free-for-alls, usually at the end of the stream, you just scroll to the end, look for what I've bookmarked as a free-for-all. Crazy Critters free-for-all or Falcon Unrest is an edited version of the map we use for Station Unrest free-for-all. And you can just watch those. So check it out, man. They're on the channel. You can look at the recent videos. And I think I have a playlist for live streams too. So just go check that one out if you like, really fun free-for-alls. All right, here we go. Hydra's at the front. Zealots have legs. Zealots have +1 attack. Is Storm done? I don't know. I've been watching the production tab closely enough, but let's pretend it's a live game. We don't have a production tab. Storm, is it done? High Templar. Not enough energy for a Storm, and he'd probably be tossing one off if he had it. There it is. There is Le Storm. So the Storm does hit the Hydras, bruising them up, making it easier for cannons and zealots to do their job. Getting rid of this upgrade on the forge would be pretty sick, but that's enough zealots to chase those guys off the line. What is over here? Ooh, there's a DT down here sneaking around, but I don't know. There's a few Hydras defending. So no, not really a wide open third base to attack into. Zealots chase. Lurker Aspect is here. Hydra's high ground positioning it. We will fight zealots if they want to come into the high ground. And yes, DT decides to come on in, but there's more. Okay, yeah, you're not going to wipe out this entire mineral line. I said you're not going to wipe out this entire mineral line. Oh, did he get caught up on that Evo chamber trying to escape? He did, but he does escape with 4 kills. Yeah, Lurker aspect's gonna be a big one for Larva here. Also continuing to get missile attack upgrades. Just zealots, man. Look at this. Zealot, 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 zealot. This reminds me of a game I cast between Ruin and Soma on the channel fairly recently. I mean, if you're watching this as not a patron, this was like a month ago. But if you're watching this as a patron, this was a couple days ago. But basically, yeah, it was a ton of zealots. And then into like a few dragoons, just to kind of keep the Zerg player honest, right? And then into like just Archon. So it kind of turned into this mass Zealot, Archon, High Templar, Stormy kind of a thing. And it was awesome. Because a lot of the times Protoss kind of get stuck on a ton of Dragoons because, yeah, they're good against the Lurkers. But then Dark Swarm pops, and then suddenly your Dragoons are like, I guess we can kill Overlords, and if, like, stuff wants to attack us outside of Dark Swarm, that's cool. But it's just tough. You kind of lose a lot of the effectiveness. I don't know. Here we go. Zealot's coming in. Corsairs trying to get rid of these Overlords. The DT can get some work done. I think the DT got particularly targeted there. All the Overlords died, but the DT is gone. So the dream of killing the detection at the third base and letting the DT go to work is, it's over. I'm pretty sure that was specifically target fired. Oh, and these Zealots get trapped. They get trapped. Nice micro. Like, nice little positioning here by Larva. That was sick. He's supply blocked, and he's down 123 to 83 supply. Not good. But at the same time, he's fine. He's got 3 bases. Protoss doesn't have 3 bases yet. Oh, we are going heavy into Dragoons, though, which is more normal, right? The more normal thing to do in ZVP in the current meta is to go more into Dragoons at this stage of the game because you want to deal with the Lurkers fairly easily from a distance. And if the Zerg player is not getting a hive, it makes even more sense. So it might be a situation where you're reading what's going on. If the Zerg player is going for a fast hive, then you just don't maybe invest as much into Dragoons. But if they're just continuing, as the Queen's Nest fires up, they're just continuing to sit here on Lair Tech, then sure. Dragoons are going to be fine. They trade pretty well against Hydras. They trade really well against the Lurkers. And you can have a good time with it. So Corsairs find a big bunch of Overlords, but, ooh, one of them got sniped by Hydras. Zealots running into this third base, too. Corsairs not overextending, right? Corsairs definitely not willing to sacrifice themselves to kill an Overlord. Yeah, this is good control by Shuttle. I like it quite a bit, and just gets him out of there. Yep, no use. We're going to fight as well as we can with these Zealots. Oh, this guy gets left behind and almost gets a drone. Can't quite pull it off, though. 4th base high ground minerals only, 3rd base high ground minerals only for both Zerg and Protoss. Traditional 3rd base locations. Well, actually a 4th base from the Zerg player, but you know what I mean. Kidart Amulet is on the way from the Protoss. And yeah, just kind of Lurkers, Hydras, waiting for that hive to finish. We're in a bit of a window, right, where the Zerg player doesn't really want to engage super heavily here. The Dragoon count is so darn heavy. They got +1/+1. It's +2 attack, no armor for these, well, yeah, no armor for anyone, but +2 attack for the missile attack. For the missile attack units, and no melee upgrades for the Lings, and as usual, they're probably, I don't know, Ground Carapace started. They might get Adrenal at 0/0, which is kind of traditional, but yeah, these Hydras do not want to stand and fight. They're not in numbers to do so. They're not really composition to stand and fight against a giant Zealot, Dragoon, High Templar army. It's just not ideal. Never in a million years is that ideal. So, let's see how long it takes for the hive to finish for Adrenal to get kicked in here. I'm curious. Come on, Larva. So it's going to furnace. There's an attack. There's an expansion on the right side from Shuttle. That's actually pretty sick. I like that a lot. So hive pops and spawning pool at 1345, we'll say. The hive popped. I mean, Larva's fighting right now? Uh-oh. This is not feeling great for Crackling fans, is it? Not even a little bit. Oh, Corsairs just get right into the main base, and they're like, is there stuff to kill here? No, because you don't park Overlords in your main base. Okay, or ow, no micro at all. Cool, so 2 Corsairs remain. Bad times for everyone right now. Yeah, you're not breaking this. You're not coming up a Lurker Hydra sunken setup, but it's more of a contain, right? He says, I just want to make sure this base doesn't die. So I'm going to make it really hard for the Zerg player to take this very easy path up to my 4th base and kill it. And, oh, there you go. Adrenal starts at 1432. So 45 seconds on the delay to get Adrenal. Is that going to come into play here? I don't know. Right? I'm really curious. Okay, so then the remaining Corsairs just die. They just decide our life is over. We have served our purpose. That's all we're here for. Great Storm. swarm. Good heavens to Betsy. Oh man, expanding up here too. Shuttle! Shuttle is putting in some work right now. Oh, turn these guys into lurks. Not a bad idea. These are +2 zealots though, but no, they're gonna do that thing where they pop out and then they disappear. This one might die. Look at these guys coming up and trying to save them. They get distracted though, and I need to see it. I need to see 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then these guys. Oh no, they do pop. And oh, one of them manages to burrow. Are you kidding? But then a huge attack up here into the third base of Shuttle. No! How did he sneak up here? He snuck up here. Oh, that's the. Yeah, it's dead. Focus fire, sacrificing a couple. No, he saved it. 34 HP on that Shuttle. That's crazy bananas. Observer, get up here. Observer speed was researched, thankfully. And there we go. So the lurker dies. That lurker gets wiped out. And, oh, Lings creep on up here with their Adrenal. Ooh, they find a High Templar to snipe too. 1 armor, no attack upgrade. Adrenal Lings looking good. And Larva takes down a base after getting double expanded on. And he's kind of getting double expanded on again here as the third base is being retaken and the 5th base at the 12 o'clock is being retaken. So, in response, Larva says, okay, I need to keep up here. So bottom left, he's getting a 5th base of his own. Attacking our own star. Oh. Okay, we killed the Stargate. No more Corsairs shall be produced, nor Arbiters. Oh, no way. No way. They are not going to get a cancel on this. I mean, it is +2 zealots and everything, and there's only 2 of them, though. They could with enough time, but the response is just going to be very aggressive from Larva and going to shut that down. Meanwhile, a counterattack at the 12 o'clock base here. Oh, Shuttle by Larva. Going to bust through the Zealot wall pretty easily. And then get up here and go after these cannons. And, oh boy. Okay, so actually, there's 4 cannons. That might actually be enough to save this thing. So that's fun. I like that. 4 cannons up to totally buy enough time. And then, holy DT unload Batman. 4 DTs come in, they decide Evolution Chamber. Deny upgrades. By that I mean deny no upgrades. Oh, 1 final swipe does deny the +1 attack on, nope, +2 attack on these Lings. Okay, good. Upgrade denial. Usually we see that from Zerg against Protoss, but we've reversed the script here, and there's a Shuttle for that because this is a Shuttle game. He's gonna use Shuttles to some extent. I mean, he's making another Shuttle, so yeah, he loves the flying transport unit, doesn't he? All right, so these Lings are like, dang it. We could have had +2 sooner. Not anymore. So the drones come back in. Yeah, they saw that. Oh, the Shuttle's hanging out, and there's a pair of Scourge just ready to wipe it. But they'd rather get one that has stuff in it. So they're going to let this live, be dead supply for Shuttle, and if another Shuttle comes in, they'll try to kill that one. Makes sense. Plague is on the way. 5 High Templar at a time being produced. Archons are starting to join the party, right? Archons as far as a late game unit. Reavers also incredibly important. Plague's on the way. We'll see if Shuttle gets ye old Reavers because they're good. Once again, kind of tries to poke into this 4th base of Larva, gets shoved away by the, let's say it together, high ground lurkers and Sunkens. That's what we're here for. Womp. Womp. Yeah, so cancels a 6th base of Larva's. Big attack down south here to the 3rd. Responding Lurkers, Lings, Defilers. Yeah, buying time with those Lurker eggs on the ramp. Sick move. Darkstorm comes up, and it's like, okay. See how all of these Dragoons are just like, oh. We'll fire at stuff, but there's nothing for us to hit here, man. Lego does catch a bunch of those Zealots. Okay, Larva's got the toolbox. He's got what he needs. He makes another evolution chamber somewhere to replace. Where the heck is that other Evo chamber? 1. Ah, 2. Cool. Are you still trying to get up here? I mean, storms are good and everything. And yeah, some lurkers are definitely dying, but you're not getting up that ramp. So Shuttle falls back. I like the awareness that Larva has on these bases. Just to see how greedy the Zerg player or Protoss player is trying to be. I mean, same thing over here, right? How greedy is the Zerg player? We're going to scout that out, too. DT gets 2 Ling kills before he goes down after getting hit by cracklings, but they're only +1 cracklings. They're not the full-on awesome cracklings, right? Right. So both players are maxed out. Both players have pretty similar banks, I would say. A little bit more larva from, or a little bit more gas from Shuttle. Oh, he sees this coming too. All right, so he just lurkers in and just, man, Dragoons. I just don't know. We've pretty much stopped making Dragoons at this point, right? 8 Zealots at a time are in production. We send more. Oh, he storm dropped. Oh, there you go. 8 kills on that one. 2 kills on that one. 3 kills on that one. Ooh, we got another storm on this. Oh, it'd be so good. Just a tiny, tiny window. Storm drop, 52 drones to 61 probes. But man, Larva's really taken just the entire bottom third of the map at this point. He's expanding here and here. Double expandaroonies. He'll be able to replace the worker count pretty effectively here. And I don't know. Shuttle hasn't tried to expand for a hot minute, and I'm concerned about this for him. He really should be trying to take this top left, but suddenly Larva is flooding and swarming up to the top. Where are they trying to go? Trying to take that 12 o'clocker. There's 1 High Templar here with 3 storms available. Yeah, Archon pretty good against Lings unless they get the full surround. Alright, Ling Lurker fighting at this third base of the Protoss. Dark Swarm comes up. This is a lot of Zerg, man. How much storm is there? Is the question. Lot of storm. Lot of storm. Okay, this might actually be shut down a little bit. Oh gosh. So let's try to take down the Nidus Canal. High Templar down this way, get 2 kills and 3 kills apiece. It's fine, I guess. Larva at 64 workers, though, even after that. Plague saves the Nexus. Plague not enough to take it down. High Templar expend their energy and die. 162 to 146 supply. Shuttle needs to expand to these bases. Why is he sitting on 5 today? Like, mount an attack and expand behind it. I don't know why this isn't possible. He hasn't even tried. I guess he's got a probe sitting here, but that doesn't really count. Shuttle unloads the Zealots to distract everyone. Then gets the High Templar here. Gets a nice storm off. Not bad. About 3 drones go down, but 68 workers remain. Larva is at a point where he's got the income where he can replace the worker deaths pretty easily. We might, I don't know. Nice plagues. I don't know that I would say we're at the point where Larva is immune to getting storm dropped, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to storm drop him to the point where he's actually crippled, where he's actually slowed down. He's definitely slowed down a little bit here, but like he only has about 500 minerals in the bank, so I mean he's not on fire, but 68 workers. Like the magic number is about 65. Reaver tech is now coming in from Shuttle, so we're going to see some of that, but dude, this is killing me. I mean, these Lings, sure, these Lings are covering this area, but send some Zealots and Archons over there to shut that down. Send some DTs over there to shut that down. I just don't know why Shuttle hasn't even really attempted it. Maybe he thinks he's got this. Maybe he's like, I've got my ultimate tech, Zealot Archon. And again, he pokes into this area, doesn't like what he sees, and falls back. It's very weird. I don't know. I don't know why Shuttle is so passive. He's too passive on attacking, and he's not aggressive enough on expanding either. He's in a lot of trouble here. Pathing on those probes. Yeah, so both players are maxed out. Shuttle's got a bigger bank. He needs to start killing some bases and expanding himself. All right, Reaver's up, man. Ah, nice plague. Dodged the plague, though, by bloating the Reavers into the Shuttle. Pretty good, man. Dark Swarm Lurker shouldn't be a big deal if you have an Archon Reaver setup. Reaver getting some hits off here, but man, the spread and the split by Larva is so good. Did they pick off the shuttle? Oh, they picked off the shuttle. I took my eye off it for a second and it died. Sick play by Larva. I mean, it's tricky as a Protoss to keep that thing alive against a good Zerg player. If you can pull it off, hats off to you. I'm always impressed by someone who can pull that, who can do that, man. My goodness. Plague up, and at this point, the Zerg player is on the offensive, and that's good, because now he can expand on the left side. He wants to kill this base again, which the fact that he killed it is pretty fantastic. He killed it once, but not going to get a second time here. Oh, it's a new base from Shuttle. He finally did it. He finally took a 6th base here. High ground, minerals only. Excellent, very good. Ooh, drops on the way. Ventral Sacs from Larva. And then for a Zerg player or a Protoss player who's maxed out, I just don't know where his stuff is. You know? Guess a lot of it's back here. A bunch of it's in that shuttle with these Reavers, because Reavers are a lot. Yeah, Defiler dies, gets a Plague off. Does catch a bunch of, you know, units that are affected by Plague, but some that aren't. It's a mixed bag. It always is. Yeah, Larva really wants this base to die. Nice Plague. 3-3 on the Hydras. 3-2-3 on the ground units here for the Protoss. And that gets shut. This is in trouble, though. 3-2 upgrade for the Lynx. These would be 3-3, except that denial of that +2 attack a long time ago. Oh, man, look at Shuttle just getting pulled apart here. Multiple directions at once. It's not that expensive to do this if you're Larva. This is like 10 or 12 Lings he's throwing at the Protoss over here and then over here. And then Shuttle decides maybe I'll split my forces and defend both bases at the same time. That seems fine. You should be able to take these bases now, sir. I don't know why Shuttle is so allergic to taking these bases. He needs gas. He's definitely sitting at 300. There you go. This is the kind of lurker setup you want to deal with as a Protoss. No Dark Swarm protecting it. Largely Reavers. Well, no Reavers here, but Archons. Nice Plague. Sick Plague by Larva, dude. Ooh. Yeah, if he wins this game, I feel like a lot of it is to the incredible Plagues he's been tossed down and the intelligence to know when to use Plague and when to use Dark Swarm, right? Double Ultralisk Cavern on the way from Larva. He's also getting Overlord's sight range. It's not an upgrade we see very much. Their sight is pretty incredible as it is. But yeah, double Ultra Cavern. That is for double upgrades. That is for chitinous plating and anabolic synthesis simultaneously, which is just fantastic. Let's see if he fires them up here. I mean, he's trying to deal with this base. This is probably a game-winning move if he takes this base down. Dark Swarm up. Reavers are here. Archon's charging into the Dark Swarm very, very bravely, and he does hold on to it. So Shuttle, ooh, finally taking this base. I feel like he should have started this about 10 minutes ago. But, I mean, doing it now, not the worst thing in the world. So Larva feels like, okay, we're at a point where I think drops are going to be more effective than anything else. Maybe dropping Ultras would be super cool. Oh, man, he went double Ultras Cavern and didn't get either of the upgrades right away. I mean, the only reason to get double Ultra Cavern is because you want double upgrades immediately. So you just kind of, the whole purpose is destroyed. Nice concave here from Larva. The storm placement's been really good too. Nice dodging of that storm by that obs. We see a lot of Protoss players storm their own obs. This guy's keeping alive. He's doing okay for himself. Nice, huge Plague on the right side. That is not a nice Plague. That is a massively impressive Plague is what that is. Yo, Reaver, Chicken Eater here. So, I mean, take this base too. Now the question is, does Larva have enough bases to win this game if Shuttle is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases? He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so he split the map in half. I guess I could have seen that if I'd looked at it, but it's a diagonal split. Big attack coming again. So lurker heavy is Larva. Against Plague Zealots, kind of kick butt. Oh, he's blocking off reinforcements to come over to this left side. Oh no. That's a beautiful play from Larva. My gosh. And now these Lings get in here, and there's nothing that Shuttle can do to save it except charge directly into like 12 lurkers with Dark Swarm. Probes are trying to keep that cannon. No, not against these cracklings, sir. Absolutely not. And it just buys enough time. Yeah, these lurkers eventually do get dealt with, but now the Lings are here. And now this base is going to die. And that's it. Shuttle taps out. He knows that base is dead. He can't keep up, and Larva gets the win. What a wonderful, wonderful move. I mean, that was something to behold. What a great, great, great display of, I mean, how to play ZVP there from Larva. Positioning was great. Just the aggression was pretty good, too. He did get storm dropped a couple times. There were some DT drops that were pretty sweet, but he held on to his bases, right? And as a Zerg player, that's kind of key. Defending this was huge because this can be a staging ground to several other locations. So keeping this alive was a big deal. And I mean, the flip side is I don't think Larva actually, he did kill this base. He did kill a base today. So one base went down, and it was a Protoss base, and that was it. But yeah, this base didn't die. I mean, you got to kill hatcheries if you're going to defeat somebody good as Larva is. He's got the 64 drones looking great. And at the end of the day, that's just wonderful. That is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful showing of how to play this game from Larva for your Patreon match today. So GG. GG. 273,000 points to 273,000 points. Pretty close one, but the future was not going to be kind to Shuttle. Did outproduce the Protoss player 1,000, like 10 to 3, which is interesting. That's basically a 3 to 1. Got outkilled 7 to 2. Structures raised 24 to 2, which is pretty impressive by Larva, and outspending the Protoss player by only about 7,000 resources in 30 minutes, which is borderline, but good enough, especially if the future is looking good for you. So, GG. Larva gets the win here in the ZVP and the Patreon cast, and that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You'll also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.